Good morning, everyone. This is Peggy. Oh, my angels. It's Oh Sweet Sunday, July the 26th. Let me see if I can sure that everybody can hear me okay. Let's see here. Oop, where'd it go? My chat just went away, so let's see here. I see Julie's in the house. Let's see here. Okay. So, Julie, can you put a word in there? Whether or not can you hear me and see me okay? You know, I've had a little bit of trouble. Last week was really. Oh, yay! See, we're starting Sweet Sunday off good. She can hear and see me. We'll give a few minutes, let people drop in here. Let me get this other pulled up. Um, Here. Mm-mm. Okay, one thing before I forget it, and I'll repeat this at the end of the show, but I'm gonna be on someone else's YouTube channel on Tuesday. The If you want to write this down, I have to pull it back up here. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to try to be better prepared. It is the @ Night of the Raven 8, the number 8. So again, the @ Night of the Raven, the number 8. It's going to be on Tuesday, so we're going to record that this afternoon, and then you'll get the replay or the play of it on Tuesday. So you just don't know what we're going to talk about. You'll have to tune in to find out, okay? And then make sure that you like and subscribe when you go over there. Tina would certainly appreciate it, and I would appreciate it. She's a very nice lady. She helps a lot with the mystic fairs and psychic fairs that we have here with Unity UCOP, which is what I'm going to be doing this upcoming Friday and Saturday. So again, if you're in the Kansas City metropolitan area, go to my website, which is the OH My Angels, and go to events, and you'll see where I'm going to be Friday and Saturday for this weekend. Then a week from Saturday, I'll be in Emporia at that fair. And then I think it's the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. I'll be at the Mystic Fair out in Independence. So check that out. Okay, let's see. Okay, you guys, well, I'm going to get started here. We don't have usually as many people on Sundays as I'd like to have. Maybe we'll get some more people going. Maybe it's too early. I don't know. We'll have to see if you guys would like it better if we switched it to later in the afternoon. But I kind of like Sunday mornings because it makes me feel like, it's family time. Sunday to me is always family day. So let's get this show going. I'm going to put, so good morning. It's Oh Sweet Sunday. I'm Peggy, and this is Oh My Angels. So I'm glad you're here. The first part of our Sunday show, we dedicate to my wonderful baby Yogi Angelo. So what I do is I offer to send Reiki if you have an animal, a pet that you need some healing or just need some extra energy sent to them. If you'll drop their name in the chat room, tell me what the issue is, we'll send them some healing energy this morning. And then also, when we get done with that batch, then we also, I open it up if you yourself or you have a friend or a loved one that is going through some kind of health crisis or just needs a little extra love as well. If you'll put their name in there and what the issue is, I'll be more than happy to send them some Reiki as well. And then what I ask you to do is, if that's happened, is that when you come in and join us on Wednesday, if you let us know how the energy affected them that got sent to them today. So does that make sense? Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Julie's saying right off the bat she wants Milo. That's her little baby. Hey. Okay, the first thing I'm going to ask you, Julie, is this tummy still upsetting him? Is it a yes or no? I feel like it's still a little upset. It doesn't feel as intense as it did last week. So maybe he's getting a little bit better. You're going to put your answer there in the chat room. Let's see. I can't remember. I think he's a king spaniel, king something spaniel. I don't remember what kind of dog it is either. If you can put that in there, that'd be great. But Milo's had a parasite, I think, at one time, and I feel like he's doing a little bit better with that. But I still feel like his tummy's still a little upset. He's a puppy, and he likes to get into everything. He said a little with his stomach. Let's see here. Yeah, as I'm moving through, I do feel like the stomach is still just a little bit irritated. Um, what I'm hearing from him, it feels like he's just stressed. It feels like I know there's a lot going on and a lot changing in your household, and I feel like it's bothering him. You know, I know when you guys first got him, both you guys were at home, and so was your daughter, and now your daughter's working, and Dester's still working at home, and you're working part of the time out of the house and part of the time at the house. So Milo still hasn't gotten. I mean, he liked it better when all three of you were there, day in and day out. So he's making his druthers known. He'll be all right though. He'll just settle in, and he's very sensitive to the energy. And there's a full moon coming up Wednesday, so I also feel like he's also your energetic barometer. Okay, so I would just keep reiterating to him and show him in your mind's eye that everything's going to be fine. That yes, you're going to be coming and going, but you're always coming back home, and that you know there's going to be days that Destry has to go out and do things, you know, for the business, and then he'll be gone for a little bit, but it's going to be okay. So I think if you just keep just reassuring him and letting him know that everything is going to be okay, he'll be fine. He does want it's like he feels like you guys should be following his lead. You know what I'm saying? He's the king of the pack, and you guys need to kind of fall in line. And you just need to explain to him that's not the way it works. So that's funny, yeah. So oh, Anna's in the house. Hi, Anna. Glad to see you here. And we're doing the animal Reiki right now. So do your babies, one of your babies needs some extra energy? If so, put that in there and put the name in there. We can send that. And my friend Angela's in the house. She's always here just to support. She's also a psychic medium. Very good. She's my dear friend that's moving to Texas. I tried to tell her she needs to stay here, but she's not buying it. Her husband doesn't like that idea either. So that'll be fine. That'll be fine in Texas. She's going to do great in Texas. So and she's told me I could come and visit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So thanks, Angela, for showing up. I appreciate you. And Anna, thanks for showing up. And of course, Julie for being here. Sundays, like I said, it seems to be a little bit slower. So, you know, play around with it. If you guys would like me to be on later or earlier or whatever, let me know. I'm open to suggestions there. I kind of like to grow the group here. Again, because it's like you guys are my family. And to me, I was raised, you know, Sunday we always went to Grandma and Papa's house. You know, we always had a Sunday dinner at Grandma and Papa's. And then when we moved away from then, it still, well, you know, after church on Sundays, we had, you know, usually, you know, roast potatoes and carrots was the main Sunday meal, you know. Back then I thought, oh, God. But now it's like, you know, the price of meat's so dang high that it'd be a blessing, right? And you don't want to make, if you're one person, to make a roast potatoes and carrots, you know, you have to eat on it for a long time, either at least a good 4 days, or you have to eat on it 2 days and then freeze the rest and then have it later. So, let's see. Anna says, I'm from San Antonio. She's moving to the, it's not Dallas. I almost had it. I know this, Weatherford area. Anna says, Corbin, and is that a cat or a dog? She says, Corbin wants to be friends with a skunk. Oh, yeah. That's, it was like, no, you've taught your baby to be equal opportunity lover, right? And so he just trying to share the love. That's all. But yeah, it's just like Corbin know that that skunk. He wouldn't like. Um, he wouldn't like that kind of friendship rubbing off on him. Oh, that's your dog. Oh my gosh, how funny. Okay, Corbin, this get you tuned in here. He's almost, I mean, in his mind, that little skunk is like another little furry puppy, or it could be a cat in his mind, but it just doesn't feel like it's anything dangerous. He likes the way the back and forward movement of the skunk. How in my mind, skunks kind of waddle when they move, and I think Corbin likes that. He just thinks that's a pretty cool move. But Corbin's not going to like it if that skunk decides to spread his scent. So we're just gonna, the one thing that I've learned, and Yogi's the one that showed me this for real, is the fact when you're communicating with an animal, at least the ones I communicate with, which are mainly dogs and cats and horses, they're very visual animals. Meaning, whatever movie you're playing in your head, I'll give the example of your house training a dog, right? And the dog's just peed all over the floor instead of peeing on the puppy paper, right? And you're like, no, 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 and you're mopping up the pee. Well, in your mind, you're replaying the movie where the animal just peed on the floor. So that's all they're seeing is they're thinking, okay, that's visually that's what you're telling them to do is to go pee on the floor. So they're going to continue to do that. So if you want to get onto the animal for peeing on the floor, what you do is replace it with the picture, the movie in your head of the animal peeing on the puppy paper or the animal notifying you to go outside, right? They're just babies and they have to learn. But again, they pick up the pictures versus the words. They get the pictures first, then the words. So if you want to make it quick and easy, do it with the visual, with the movie that's playing in your head being the actions you want your animal to have. Okay. So, and Anna with Corbin, what I just did was I showed Corbin the skunk and I showed Corbin walking away from the skunk instead of going up and sniffing it and saying, hey, how are you? I just kind of let Corbin know that they may appear friendly, but skunks are really not meant to be friends with Corbin. Okay. So hopefully that'll work. But when you're talking to Corbin about it, Anna, play the picture in your mind of where Corbin doesn't go anywhere near the skunk, and you see the skunk going one direction and Corbin going in the other direction. Okay, see if that doesn't help. But we'll do that as well. Let's see if there's something else here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what's coming up this week as far as the messages that I got for this upcoming week. It's pretty cool, to tell you the truth. Let's see here. Let me get back over where I need to be. Got all my little notes. Let's see. Gosh darn it. Oh. Bear with me just one quick second. Okay. Started again. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, give me one more second. Gotta love it when it all comes together and when it doesn't, right? Hope you guys are having a cool week, and it was, I still have some friends well, not family, but friends in Phoenix area, and yesterday had like 119 or 117 degrees, and I'm in Overland Park, Kansas, and yesterday they said that our heat index here was 120. So I was like, holy moly, that's just too, I could still be in Phoenix for all that matter. And I just like, oh my gosh. So let's see if we can get this on here now. Okay. Monday, the angels came in with a message about timing that I think a lot of us really need to hear right now. Myself especially. I'm like you guys. I don't have a lot of patience. I want things now, and this learning to slow down and have being more consciously aware of divine timing. I'm not gonna lie, it's not always easy, but we know it works. So they're asking you just to pay attention there. On Wednesday, it's the full moon, and the angels have a message that is absolutely perfect for the full moon energy. So definitely come join me Wednesday afternoon also for our live show. And then on Friday, the angel messages are closing out with the month of July with it's a beautiful and meaningful message that's going to carry you right into August. So it's going to be a powerful week. Stay open and in tune with your own innate abilities. Know that you're being divinely guided, and trust. I mean, I think faith comes into play this week a lot. I think divine timing, and I think that I just hear and love. You know, love is a big part of it, and it's real funny because when I do the messages for a collective whole, if sometimes and I get them down, if sometimes the message hits me really close, I'm like, okay, God, I meant this to be just for the collective, not just for me. And so, I'll clear my energy and I'll start over, and this really, you'll see what I'm talking about on Wednesday, especially, okay? And I'll be danged if I didn't get the exact same message. So it was God's way of letting me know, and the angels' way of knowing. Yeah, the message hits home for me very clearly for Wednesday. Well, for all of them, but Wednesday especially. But it is for a lot of other people too. I feel like this whole energy thing is going around right now with family members and what we can and can't do and how best to handle the situation. So I'm hearing really tune into your own intuition this week and your own instincts. If you feel like you're getting a message, just kind of relax, get yourself centered and grounded, and then whatever comes through, just write it down and then think about it later. You don't have to have that answer right this second, but the angels are using whatever that time is to get you part of the way there with your answer to the question that you had. So again, sometimes it's good and sometimes not so good. Oh, Anna's saying he got sprayed last week. Oh my gosh! Did you have to go through the whole tomato juice thing? Did it work? I've knock on wood. I've never had an animal of mine get sprayed by a skunk. So all I've seen is what they show on the movies and stuff. So you'll have to let me know. Is that what you had to do with the tomato juice, or what did you have to do? I just think so. He needs to let go of the skunk. We'll just start sending more energy. He knows what happened and he didn't like it, so he's just gonna have to shape up and know that that's not a friendship that was made in heaven to last. Okay, unless the skunk gets fixed, the what they call the sprayer fixed. Put the spraying part out of commission. Okay, let's see. All right, so I think we've got pretty much the animals in there. Is anybody themselves wanting a little extra Reiki and what's going on, what part of their body or whatever? The first thing I'm getting right off the bat, I feel like there's somebody that if whether they're listening now or whether it's going to be later and they're going to replay it, I feel like I'm getting this like in my throat, and that usually means someone is stuck in their truth, meaning that they're uncomfortable about standing in their truth. Okay, doesn't mean that they're lying, but they have a hard time being honest. Okay, and again, that doesn't mean they're lying. It's just that sometimes they're quiet instead of saying, you know what, I disagree with what you're saying. I feel very strongly about XYZ, you know. Um, I'm hearing, you know who you are, and they're saying, the angels are telling you in particular, it's time to step out in your truth. It's time to step into your truth and to acknowledge, if not to anybody else, to yourself, what your truth is and what your reality is. Um, you know, sometimes we can hide from ourselves, you know, because we're afraid that someone's not going to like who we truly are. And that's how I was growing up. I mean, I just, you know, it was a very dysfunctional household, and I wasn't the most favorite of really anybody in my family. Maybe my aunt and maybe one uncle, but and that's not to say poor me. It's just, I mean, I just thought that's the way it was in everybody's family. You know, I was the baby, and typically you hear the baby of the family is the one that's someone that's spoilt or whatever. But even though I was the youngest, I was the one that was, you know, I was the most adult of all three of us. And that's not being conceited. That's just the reality of it. I mean, if I didn't, who would, right? At least that's how I felt. But there's a lot of things that I kept even for myself. And by that I mean not wanting to admit that, yeah, my feelings got hurt about this. And, you know, I would act like I didn't care and no big deal. And but inside I was crushed, you know. But I knew if I didn't stand up for, you know, just stand up and act like I was, you know, I'd protect my sisters, and I just felt like that's what I had to do, you know. It really wasn't my responsibility, but I just took on that role. And as you grow older, you learn that the first person you should stand up for is yourself, and that, you know, God doesn't make mistakes. You know, we're all individually perfectly made to be who we are. And sometimes, you know, being who you are is a little uncomfortable. You know, as I've gotten older, you know, when I tell people, yeah, I talk to dead people, you know, I talk to angels, you know, I do energy work, you know, back in my teens and my 20s, people would look at me, you know, we talked about it in whispers. We didn't talk about it out loud. I mean, that just was, you know, that's the devil's work. And the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, I don't care what you guys believe. I know the connection I have with people on the other side. I know the connection I have with talking with my angels and my guides, and communicating with animals, and doing the energy work. Am I an expert? I think I'm pretty good at what I do, you know, but it's because I keep myself open to that. When I first started it, as far as doing the public, I was a little uncertain, only because, you know, what are they going to say when I say blah, blah, blah. And the angels finally tell me, just get out of your own way, you know, just step aside and we'll take care of it. And I did, and they did. And it works pretty well. You know, the angels and guides come very easily, and I love doing it. You know, the talking with relatives that are on the other side. Some of them who had strong beliefs of, you know, this being possible, right away I get they come to me clear and concise, and I get the information. Some of the ones that come through, I don't get them as strong. I mean, it's, you know, we all have our own little niches, if you will, our areas of expertise. I'm good at doing the mediumship, but do I think I'm the best at mediumship? No. But I'm not the worst either. You know what I'm saying? I'm just there. If the information comes through, I give it. It's that simple. So it's real funny because I didn't set out to be, you know, to do the mediumship work, and it just comes through. You know, I took a class to see if I knew what I was talking about or whatever. And I think it just depends, you know, it depends on the person's belief when they crossed over. I mean, that's how it's worked for me anyway. If I get somebody who, you know, believes in people's psychic abilities and believes the fact that when our body dies here, our soul doesn't, it's so much easier to connect with. I connect with their energy really well. But I think it just depends. It's just like a friend and I were talking. You can have 5 hairdressers in front of you, and you're going to go intuitively to the one that you know is going to fix your hair the way you want them to fix it, or at least you hope, right? It's the same with choosing a psychic or a medium. You know, your angels and guides will guide you to the person that they know will give you the information in a manner that you can accept. Okay? So, bottom line, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I am a lot of people's cup of tea. So, and I'm good with either one. You know, it is what it is. And it says you use hydrogen peroxide, baking powder, and Dawn soap. Oh my gosh! Did this take one time or several times? That's horrible. Did you get it all over you? These are things I don't know that much about it. I just what you see on movies. So I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I don't know where you live, but I don't know if you're still in. Are you still in Texas? Are you the one that said they were in Texas? Let's see. Oh yeah, you said you're in San Antonio. So yes. Well, I think what you need to do is just kind of put up a little energy animal shield around your property to keep the skunks away from you. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Again, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I think the skunk really did want to just be friends. Feels like, was it a young skunk? No, it's a fun fun experience. Not you poor thing. Well, we just need to put up an energetic animal energy field around your place where you're at to keep your dog keeping inside the property line and the skunks outside your property line. Oh, it's under the shed. Ah. Well, maybe you have like what do they call them, the animal trappers or whatever, come out and have them trap the skunk. Maybe, oh God, I hope it hasn't had any babies, or is it a baby? Oh well. Hopefully the skunk will go away. You know, we'll put that out there that your space is safe for you and your fur baby without the skunks around. No harm to come to the skunks except for they can spray elsewhere. So. What about any one of you that's in the room now? Is there any kind of healing that you need? Are you guys all good? And while you're thinking about that, I have a question for you. This coming Wednesday is good for my normal time, which is it's 10 a.m. Central Time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific. All right, on Wednesdays it's 8 a.m. Pacific. I'm not going to be able to, not this Wednesday is fine, but a week from Wednesday, which is August the, let's see here, August the 5th. I either have to do it around 3 o'clock Pacific time on the 5th, or 5 o'clock Pacific time on the 5th, or move it to a different day. So you guys think about it. Again, this is for August 5th. And let me know which time frame works for you guys, because I'm very flexible. So again, that's for Wednesday, August 5th. I can't do the normal time. I have, you know how hard it is to get in to see doctors, right? So I have a hair appointment and a doctor's appointment that's been scheduled for 3 months now. And I can't change it. So let me know if you want me to do it later in the day on that Wednesday, or if you want me to do it on a Tuesday or the Thursday. So you guys just let me know. I'm flexible. I don't want to miss a show though. So I want to do what you guys want done. Ellen's saying my hand is slow healing, still going to therapy. Okay, Ellen, let's see here. Which hand again is it, please? Your right hand or your left hand? You can put that in there real quick. I'll send you some energy now. Would you guys let me know between now and this coming Wednesday, or let me know on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday show, and let me know what works best for you for the following week. Because, you know, this show, all my shows are all about you guys, so it's whatever works best for you guys. Okay? Okay, Ellen, can you, maybe we have a little delay in here. Can you tell me if it's your left hand or your right hand? Your left hand. therapist suggested I put lentil in a bag and put it in the freezer. You put lentil in a bag, put it in the freezer, then use that when you need it. Is that correct? Okay, well, let's just, that's your left hand. Let me just work on that for a second. Okay, yeah, it feels like it's pretty stiff and sore in there. Um, I've got Reiki going in there now. I'm going to keep it running for the next hour, and then I've got you on my list. I'll add it for later on this afternoon and evening, and run some more Reiki for you and see if that doesn't help you. Let me know on Wednesday. Yeah, and then Ellen, she also said I've immersed my hand in the cold lentils. Hmm. Well, I don't know much about the herbs and stuff. I'm trying to learn some stuff. So, yeah, let me know if that works, okay? Anna's saying, my joints are a little sore. I work retail, so I'm on my feet all day. Oh, girl. When I first moved back to Kansas City, I wanted to go to work for this one grocery store. Don't ask me why. I couldn't. I was so excited, and I pushed this lady, and I pushed this lady, and I pushed this lady until she finally hired me. I was so friggin' excited. I didn't know at the time that I needed a hip replacement, right? I was in so much friggin' pain working in that grocery store, but I didn't want to have to admit it because I begged these people for a job, right? And I got over it. Then I got offered the job where I'm at now, totally out of the grocery store, and I didn't have to sit on my feet all day. And so my back eased up some, and I thought my hip, and I thought, okay, I'm good to go. Well, then I ended up needing the hip replacement. But the reason I tell you that, I had forgotten, when you, especially when you get older, and I don't know how old you are, but it hurts when you're standing. And at the time, I was a lot heavier than I am right now, and you're putting all that weight on your poor little feet, right? And your knees and your hip. I mean, it's the whole body. And I got to where when I got home, I mean, I would, try to walk normal out to the car. I'd get in the car. And I only lived, 3 blocks from this grocery store. And once I got parked, it was like, oh my God, please, I would pray, please, please help me get out of the car and get into the house, right? So I know what it's like to be on your feet. It's horrible. So let's see here. Let's run you. Yeah, when I look at you and I'm running the energy on through, I feel your lower back, which, believe it or not, that's your hips. I feel the pain there and running down. Even though your feet are tender, it feels like it hits your knees. There's more impact on your knees as well. Um, the question I'm asking is, do you drink plenty of water? By plenty of water, are you drinking enough? I mean, I'm not saying you don't drink any water, but it feels like you need more fluid. So try some more fluid and also some salt baths if you can do that. You don't have to stay in there forever. I mean, people tell me that, and I don't like to take. Back then, I didn't like to take baths because it was too much. I mean, I wanted to get in, soak for about 5 minutes, and I get out. But that's all you have to do. Just get in there and soak, get as hot as you can stand it. Put the healing bath salts in there with essential oils, and as long as you can take it, and then stand up and then shower off the salt, and then put the extra lotion and stuff back on on your skin. But make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And I'm also hearing, go check out what. Go to like the Good Feet store or whatever and get you a good pair of shoes that are specifically for standing on your feet. Okay. I think that's going to help a lot. Ellen says, "Grazia." You're welcome. Appreciate that. Let's see, is there anything else in here? Use a foot soaker. Those things are really, those are really nice. And I try to drink water versus I do drink water are two different things. The start of the show on Sundays, what I should say is, a lot of people, let's gather around, let's have our coffee or tea, but I don't drink coffee or tea. The one, I'm a waterholic. I have to admit it, I'm a waterholic. And I can tell when I haven't drank enough water. So I try to drink 17-ounce bottles of water a day. Usually I go anywhere from 4 to 6. I don't always get the 6 bottle mark, but I can tell the difference in how my body feels. And really, that aching and all that. If I drink only 3 bottles of water, by the end of the day, I'm in pain. My body requires a lot of water. I've gotten it used to the water, and if I don't drink it, it lets me know. So try to increase your water amount. Oh, the Epsom salt, that stuff's good, isn't it? That's my grandma. She was a big believer in the Epsom salt, and I tell people all the time. I mean, if you've got severe pain, especially in the joints, it's usually because there's inflammation in there, right? And I'm not a big one on pills, which right now I'm taking a lot of supplements and the medicines I'm supposed to be taking. So, but if you take a tea towel, what I call a tea towel, a hand towel, and get it as hot as you can stand it, lay it open and pour some Epsom salt down the middle, and then wrap it up, and then wrap it around your wrist or your knee or your foot or whatever. It takes the pain out. I mean, it's just amazing how quickly it works. So, yeah, I right there with you 100%, Anna, on that Epsom salt. That stuff's, I love it. Now some people drink it. No, thank you. I like it on the outside, not the inside. So, okay, you guys. If you'll think about it, let me know about a week from Wednesday whether you want it be pushed out to later afternoon or early evening, or if you want it the Tuesday before or the Thursday after. It's not gonna be this coming Wednesday, but a week from Wednesday. Let me know. I can't change my doctor's appointment. I don't want to miss the show, so let me know about that. I thank you all so very, very much for showing up here. We do have another subscriber as of this morning. We're at 212. We've been at 211 for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, so we're at 212. I'm so thrilled by that. So we'll get there little by little, all right? But thank you so much again for being here. And make sure that you pay attention Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to the angel messages, and then Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday morning we have the other live show. So until then, wishing you all blessings, light, love, and angel hugs. Take care, everybody.